Hi friends, I'm Kitty and welcome to Little Wattle Nursery. I'm an adult doll collector that creates content that aims to encourage fun and positivity in our hobby. You are never too old for dolls and never too old for a hobby you love, so stick around and have some dolly fun. Hi friends and welcome to Little Wattle. And if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Let me tell you, it is so fabulous. It feels so fabulous to be making YouTube content again. For my regular viewers, you know exactly what to expect with Dolly-Geddon. This is part 2, or what I've referred to in the video title as Dolly-Geddon Returns. In any case, you're in for a real treat today. Not only is it likely that you will be horrified in a funny way with what you will see, but expect lots of good belly laughs too. And let's be real, we all need a good belly laugh given what's been playing out in the doll community for the last, 3 to 6 months? Lately, I've been seeing lots of comments on YouTube with people expressing how sick and tired they are of all the negativity. And look, it's totally understandable. Many of us are just here to have fun and play with our dolls. But on the other hand, the reality is there's lots of people who love to sip the tea and eat the popcorn and watch the drama unfold. It's kind of like a train wreck. They just can't stop themselves from watching. What's important to remember is that all content creators, they actually have the right to run their channel however they want and address whatever burning issues they feel need addressing. Having said that, it is super easy to just scroll on if you see a video that you don't like, or you can click on, there's 3 dots located on each video up in the right hand corner. So you just click on that and select either not interested or don't recommend channel. And in addition, if a channel you're subscribed to starts to make content that no longer aligns with your values, just simply hit the unsubscribe button. Remember, you are in control of what you watch on YouTube. Now, I can certainly relate to wanting to tell my truth, because it was only a couple of months ago that I was put in a very uncompromising position where I was being targeted by the Reborn doll police, and it got ugly to the point that both my husband and I had to report it to the relevant security authorities through our work. And it was recommended that I release a video talking about my situation and making it very clear to a certain individual who was cyberbullying me that they had been reported and that it would be going to the next level if their nonsense persisted. And this was all because I refuse to discriminate against those who purchase replica products. Now, I purchase authentic Reborns, and you're going to see, well, this little Reborn, I'm going to give you a few more details about her today and why she's dressed in pink, but you're actually going to see a couple of other dolls as well, and I'm going to talk about the pink theme in a minute. But as I said, I purchase authentic, but I don't have an issue with those who choose to purchase replica. It's not my business. They can do whatever they want. It's their doll collection. I think all of it is very childish, and in any case, after I made that video, the nonsense did stop, for which I am truly grateful. Now, what has become abundantly clear is that YouTube's algorithm seems to love pushing drama type videos, and over the past 3 to 6 months, it has consistently been pushing that type of content over regular doll content. And many content creators who produce what is referred to as, I guess you'd call it like light-hearted doll content, they've seen their views on YouTube plummet. Like I said before, the only way to change YouTube's algorithm is to change your viewing habits. Simply don't watch those type of videos that cause the drama if that's not to your cup of tea. So don't watch them, don't click on them. As I said before, click on the 3 dots of those particular videos and select not interested or don't recommend channel, because this is what's going to send a clear message to YouTube's algorithm, and then they'll stop pushing that type of content. So I slightly digressed. Let's get back to today's video. It's going to be lighthearted. I'm going to poke a lot of fun at myself, and you're actually going to get some further insight into the reality behind being a serious doll collector. I've been collecting seriously for 40 plus years. I started to seriously collect when I was 9. I know that sounds young, but I am a 2nd generation doll collector. My daughter Totty is a 3rd generation doll collector. So I learnt to doll collect from my mother, and I learnt from a very young age. And so I've been seriously collecting for decades, forever. And as most of you already know, for the past 12 months or so, I've been struggling to regularly make YouTube content due to my family commitments. So my hobby's taken a back seat. And I want to start off by saying how truly thankful I am to all my subscribers for all your support and encouragement during this difficult time in my life. And I'll chat a little bit more about that later on. Some of you already know what's going on, but honestly, you're truly amazing, and your encouragement is what keeps me going with my channel. Gosh, I appreciate you guys. You just totally rock. So this is now part of the video where I pre-warn you, it's a bit of a trigger warning, that if you have OCD or are triggered by mess, then maybe this isn't the video for you, because things are going to get messy. It's going to get quite real. Today, I'm going to share with you the reality of being a doll collector, and I'm going to show you what doll collecting really looks like, genuinely looks like behind the camera, because it's often far, far from the perfect images you see in our videos where everything looks so neat and well organized. The truth is, doll collecting is like any other hobby. It can be messy and it can be chaotic, and serious doll collectors might also have touches of hoarding tendencies thrown in for good measure too. When things get out of hand in my dolly nursery, I affectionately refer to it as Dolly-Geddon. And this is a phrase that was coined by my dear dolly friend Jay from Jay's Dolls UK channel. And she's a serious collector like me. Like, there isn't a doll that she doesn't enjoy collecting. She has it all. And she so understands what Dolly-Geddon's all about. Now, all doll collectors tend to go through spurts of Dolly-Geddon, where we buy and sell and constantly need to reorganise our collection to display. And then, of course, there's the massive issue with dolly real estate, or the lack of. I have a tiny nursery to display my dolls, which also acts as a guest room. That's right. If you come to stay at my house, you'll be put up in the dolly nursery. Be prepared to wake up in the morning to about 200 sets of doll's eyes peering over you. And if you're like me and you also create video content, well, that just throws another spanner into the works, because we are often time poor, which means we are often trying to record and edit and upload content in really short time frames. And that's when things get really, really messy, with numerous outfit changes and props and all of that kind of stuff. Honestly, the struggle is real. So at this point in time in my doll collecting hobby, I am right in the middle of Dolly-Geddon. And a few weeks ago, it was Dolly-Geddon on steroids, if that's even possible. I haven't had much time for my hobby in the last 12 months, so a lot's been neglected. And although I recently spent like 4 or 5 days solidly sorting and reorganising certain things in my collection, I am far from being happy with my nursery. And that is, again, just the reality of being a doll collector. And the other day I was chatting about it to my hubby, and he suggested that I record the good, the bad, and the ugly as prosperity. He calls it keeping it real. So here I am revealing it all. And I'm hoping that by revealing the ugly truth, that other collectors won't feel so guilty about not having everything look so perfect. Your collection doesn't need to be perfect. If it is, props to you. But if it isn't, that is so okay. But before I introduce Dolly-Geddon, because believe me, it's quite a treat, I'm first going to introduce you to a couple of dolls in my collection, all of whom are dressed in pink, because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm hoping everyone will dress their dolls in pink for Casual Fun Friday during the month of October. And we've got some dolly friends in the community who are currently battling breast cancer, so it would be really good to show some support. I also want to take the opportunity to announce that our next monthly theme day for Casual Fun Friday will be held next Friday, and it's going to be called Freaky Spooky Friday. So dress your dolls in anything you consider spooky. So this is my beautiful Lilliana Lee. She's a Reborn doll. Isn't she just scrumptious in this? I mean, she's scrumptious as a little dolly, but isn't she just scrumptious in this gorgeous handmade pink outfit? This is her nursery outfit. This is what she wears when she's not starring on YouTube. And I want to give credit to the sculptor. So this is her COA. She's been sculpted by Olga Auer. Isn't the prototype beautiful? And here is her birth certificate. And she's been made by Auer's Reborn Creations. Such a pretty, pretty doll. Now, I don't just collect Reborn dolls. I have over the past 4 or 5 years. It's been my primary focus. But I actually started off as a vintage doll collector. That's my first love of vintage dolls. So let's move on to another doll dressed in pink, and we'll have a little bit of a chat about that one. So this is my beautiful Aubree, and she's actually a vintage Ashton Drake Galleries doll. Isn't she stunning? She was released for their 25th anniversary. Actually, a blonde doll that it didn't have rooted hair. I think the hair was glued. That was actually the 25th anniversary doll. It was so popular that they just kept re-releasing the doll. And isn't she beautiful? I love this stunning bonnet. She's got beautiful brown hair, these gorgeous stunning eyes. I love her facial expression. Beautiful hand painted nails. You know, there's a lot of gorgeous hand painted details on this manufactured doll. She's absolutely stunning. Here's her certificate of authenticity. She was, the sculptor is Waltraud Hanl. And there's some information about Waltraud Hanl. But this is the COA, and she also comes with a smaller certificate here that's been signed by the artist as well. And I absolutely love this doll. I think she is one of my favourite Ashton Drake Gallery dolls. The hair is quite beautiful, and as I said, the outfit is absolutely stunning. Ashton Drake Galleries make the most beautiful outfits to go on their dolls. She is a fabulous display doll. I get her out from time to time to show on the channel, but she's absolutely beautiful. Isn't this little dolly adorable? She's porcelain. We're going back quite a few decades, 1993. So another vintage doll by Ashton Drake Galleries. She is the Sugar Plum first issue porcelain doll, sold out limited edition by one of my all-time favourite artists, Dianna Effner. Just such a superstar sculptor. Absolutely adore her work and have been following her, as I said, since the 90s. Now, she is part of the As Cute As Can Be collection. I do have other dolls in that collection as well, and at some point in time I will show you that. What is really amazing about this edition, what I really respect about the sculptor, is that this particular sculpt, it ended on the 31st of December 1994. What that meant was the mould was destroyed. So absolutely no more porcelain was ever cast again for this particular doll. And I really wish some sculptors did that they went as far as destroying their moulds so that they can't be created again, because in terms of this doll, she has kept her value. So I still have the paperwork for her. I think I paid $125 for her back in 1993, and I could certainly get that back, even though porcelain is not in fashion at the moment. So it just goes to show that if you've got, and I'm going to show you the COA and everything at the in a moment. See, here it is here. I keep everything here. So there's her little tag, and there's her, look at this, they used to handwrite it. So she's 9693, Sugar Plum, signed by Dianna Effner. So I've just pulled the COAs out. This one says Sugar Plum. It's the first issue. As I said, Ashton Drake Galleries has always been really good when it comes to issuing certificates for their collectible dolls. There's a story on her and a little bit more about Dianna Effner, how to look after the doll, and as I said, the gorgeous COA. All right, we've got one more vintage doll. Who remembers my child dolls from the 80s, the 1980s? I did a lot of doll collecting in the 1980s, and I was actually gifted this beautiful doll from my gorgeous dolly friend, Julie, from Jules Loves Dolls channel. And unfortunately, we don't see a lot of Julie online anymore because of all this horrible bullying and nonsense and just ugliness that's gone on in the community. She's a busy lady, and outside of YouTube, and like me, she's got a family and she's got a very busy job, and she just doesn't have time for nonsense. And it's a shame because she has the most exquisite dolls in her collection, and she's just beautiful. And so it's really sad when we lose people in the community because of the nonsense, when all the joy is taken out of our hobby. So make sure to keep sprinkling a little bit of joy wherever you go in this hobby, because how wonderful is this to be gifted such a beautiful doll from a sweet dear friend. Thank you so much, Julie. I love you. Well, I hope you enjoyed all the pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Pink's so easy for me to do. As you know, it's my signature colour. All right, let's get on with the mess. Let's roll with Dolly-Geddon Returns. So Dolly-Geddon has even migrated to my master bedroom. That's how bad it's gotten. Yeah, it's bad when it starts to migrate out of the actual nursery and then you starting to take over other areas. So this is actually organised chaos. Probably doesn't look like it. I'm going to insert a picture shortly, and that's going to show you how I got to this supposedly organised chaos. So this is actually quite tame, what you're seeing here, because it was at this point that my husband said to me, maybe you should start recording things for prosperity. So at this point, I'm changing my dolls out of their Easter outfits that they'd been dressed in for months. This is only a couple of them. There were a lot more. And I was sorting through various clothes, and a lot of these clothes needed putting away. The problem was there was nowhere to put them away. So that started another job. And you know how it is. One job leads into another. And so what should have taken half an hour to do, 4 or 5 days later, finally the job's done. And well, I'll explain more now in the video as I go along. So to give you an idea, this is shopping haul stuff. So stuff that I've bought for the dolls, clothes. There's more shopping haul. I'm so embarrassed about this. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. That's Happy Mail. This is Happy Mail and giveaway prizes. So recently, shall I say about a month ago, I was going to draw some winners for the Casual Fun Friday. Well, I couldn't find the giveaway prizes. I had purchased them and could not find them. So that's why there's been a delay with that. So that's some of the prizes there. This is Happy Mail. I'm so embarrassed. I thought I'd sent this Happy Mail to people. So I'm now going to have to reach out to a couple of my dolly friends to apologise that I haven't sent Happy Mail. Oh, things just got so hectic. As I've explained before on the channel, things just got so hectic with my in-laws and my parents. They're elderly and they've gotten very unwell in the last 12 months. And so my hobby's taken a back seat. And so I just assumed some of this Happy Mail I was supposed to send last year. I'm so embarrassed. So please forgive me. You probably know who you are. Please forgive me. I am going to reach out and get in touch. Oh, here's some more clothing. So that's another clothing haul. That's an outfit that I'm going to dress a doll. Oh, look, here's more of a clothing haul. So these are all the clothing hauls. I've bought stuff, haven't showed it. Now in here, this is interesting. I'm going to be making an announcement on my channel. This is an Ashton Drake Galleries doll and some clothes that might be part of an upcoming giveaway. This doll I actually purchased secondhand, and I did a big refurb video on her a couple of years ago on the channel. Some of you may have remembered. where she had the most revolting hair. Gosh, it was foul. It was so grotty. So yeah, I purchased her secondhand, and I, with the intentions, and it was for the purpose of recording a video about sort of zhuzhing up, how to zhuzh up secondhand dolls. It was a great video, huge success. But I don't want to keep her anymore. I haven't played with her much since. So keep an eye out on the channel. This doll isn't for everyone. But someone might want her. And so I think I'm going to do a bit of a giveaway with her with some clothes that are in this basket here. So that's going to be something fun coming up. Now, down here, stretch all the way down here, I have a massive 80-litre storage container of, and then you can see it's nearly full of baby clothes, and it's just stuff that simply I either have never used it, or if I have, maybe once, like literally the tags have been pulled off and I've dressed a doll maybe once in it. Like a lot of these clothes are brand new. I do have some secondhand clothes. And that's been when I've done my thrifting videos, and some of those clothes I'm going to give away as well. Like I said, not for everyone. It's not for everyone. But some people might be interested in these clothes, and I'm thinking I'm going to do a giveaway rather than selling them. It's too much hassle to sell. I'd rather just give them away. So I'll announce more of that on the channel soon. So that's this little pocket here. So much to do. I've got so much content that I can record with that. But it's just finding the time. That's the thing. Okay, moving across here. This just gives me anxiety. Because do you know why? These are doll box openings. And this isn't all of them. Correct. Correct. So, oh, hang on. I've got a bit of Happy Mail in here. That I did do a video on. So this beautiful Happy Mail came from my dear dolly friend Dee from the Baby Patch, but I've got stuff to do with that. We've got some twinning and various bits and pieces, so that's why that's sitting out at the moment. This is a doll box opening. That's a doll box opening. You can see the Australian Customs have stuck their little prod in there, and they've been checking about in there. That's a doll box opening, and so's that. And that's not all of them. I have more in the nursery. You'll see it's outrageous. And this is the reality of serious doll collectors. We don't get a doll and, rip it open straight away. I've had this doll in this box since the beginning of the year. That one I've had since over 12 months. That's the reality of serious doll collecting. It just, things get in the way, and, the hobby just goes to the side. Now, moving across, that's Organised Chaos. That is a little suitcase that I put my Reborn Easter clothing into. So I actually got my dolls out of their Easter clothes for the first time about a month ago. I know, outrageous. That's another doll box opening that's under that tablecloth there. Out of mind, out of sight, so to speak. Not. Now, moving up here, I've got some cute little, what I would call fall clothes. Clothes that the Reborn dolls would wear in fall, and the intention is, or was, or could be, I did promise my viewers that I was going to record some content where my dolls were wearing sort of autumn or fall inspired stuff for my friends in the Northern Hemisphere, because as we know, it's spring here in Australia. So good intentions, whether that actually follows through to fruition with something, who only knows. Here I've got a Reborn doll. You're going to laugh. This is my beautiful Vincente. I've got by Priscilla Lopes. I covered the doll because I have 2 cats and I'm frightened that they're going to wreck this doll. But I haven't quite made a decision. Well, I have, I think, just haven't created the video, whether this doll's going to be a boy or a girl. Now, just because the doll's dressed as a girl, it doesn't mean that it's going to be a girl. But I did a video a while back, girl or boy, vote on it. And I put a poll on our community page and I haven't been able to do anything since. So this doll is covered in the corner. So that's what's happening with that. So this is what's migrated outside of the nursery. Let's head to the nursery now. But before we do, this is my walk-in robe, and I've got some of the cute little stuffies and plushies that Totty has purchased for me that I actually, most of my handbags are normally stored in here. But I've also got the plushies up here at the moment. These are some vintage stuff that came from my parents' house. I've got my beautiful Poochie, and I think there might be, let me just check. Yeah, we've got strawberry shortcake dolls in there. So, you know, the collection's also in here as well. Okay, so we're actually in the nursery now, and you can see straight away I'm going to gravitate over here. That is a doll box opening. I think this is doll clothes of some description. I've got some work to do on a doll, so that's Reborn supplies. I've got some more shopping over here, like dolly stuff. In the corner there, those 2 boxes, I think one is a shopping haul, the other one's a doll box opening. What other issues do we have here? I've got to find somewhere to put this because I've run out of storage. Now look at this, I've got dolls lying upon dolls in the crib. So I'm going to have to get maybe a display cabinet and display my sleeping Reborn dolls, because that's not really working. Going up here, I've got some Ashton Drake Galleries and Paradise Galleries dolls. I got them out of their Easter outfits. That's going okay at the moment. Down here, I've got my Malik bunnies. Oh, and there's another little Reborn dolly down here. Premi one. I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep this in here because my dolly real estate, you know, the room that I need to display my dolls is scarce. So something might have to go, and this might be it. Moving up along here, I've got some of my porcelain dolls, not all of them. Some of them are still, a lot of them are still in storage, in fact. So there's some of my porcelain dolls. Here's a lot of my vintage dolls, and it is not looking tidy at all. These girls are not too bad over here, but you know, there's some other dolls here. There's some that I don't want to show you yet because I haven't revealed them yet on the channel, so I'll have to avoid them. But there's some more down here, and I've got a baby and a Reborn doll and a bounce net here, and it's just looking really untidy and not nice. Not nice at all. Side this cupboard, this isn't too bad. That's reasonably tidy in here because I did that big cleanup about a month ago, so that's not too bad. But I also store under here in this area here in boxes. I'll show you where else I have real storage issues in my nursery. So I've got this set of drawers, but as you can see, it's, you know, it's chockers. It's absolutely, and every drawer is like this. The Dolly wardrobe is overflowing, so to speak. So that means I have to go under the bed. And you can see, let me pull stuff out. I've got things in boxes underneath here. So I've had to utilise all the space. And this is reasonably well organised, I have to say. That's not too bad. This is where I normally record my videos when I'm in the room here. So this is the little single bed that if you come and stay, you'll have 200 sets of dolly eyes gawking at you first thing in the morning. They'll all be staring at you, see? Do you think that's kind of creepy? It is a bit, isn't it? Definitely. I don't know, maybe some of you would like that. Now I'm in the garage and there's more stuff, as you can see, because, you know, I don't just collect dolls, I collect other collectible things like plushies as well. So there's some Ashton Drake Gallery dolls. I think I've got some potentially more Reborn dolls in there. I think there's some dolls' clothes down the bottom here. They're mainly plushies, I think. They're all mainly... Oh no, there's some more dolls down there. So this is the reality of being a doll collector. Oh, there we go. There's American Girl stuff in there. There's just heaps. This is another area in our garage, and as you can see, some of these boxes are empty and some have dolls in them. Yeah, so there's stuff in here as well. Just never ends. And then, of course, I've got stuff still at Mum and Dad's house because I moved interstate at one point and stored a whole stack of stuff at my parents' house. So, look, at the end of the day, I hope you've gotten something out of this video. It's pretty horrifying and funny. I mean, I can laugh at it. I can laugh at it because I've been collecting a long time and this is very, very normal for collectors to have just stuff going on all the time and things are never quite right. You kind of get things in order and then the next minute you'll reevaluate your collection and then you're back to square one sorting things again. I have to say though, since collecting the Reborn dolls, a lot more clothing has come in and that's where I've required more storage. But you know, that's fun. It's all fun. It's all good. But I hope what people can take away today is that they've had a good laugh. You've been horrified. I've poked a lot of fun at myself. And that's good. You know, sometimes we need to make fun of ourselves and to just sprinkle a little bit of positivity. So I hope you had fun at my expense. I actually think it's quite funny. Although I guess some people with OCD would just about have a heart attack and think this isn't funny at all. It causes anxiety. That's why I gave the trigger warning at the beginning of the video. But, you know, it is what it is. And eventually I will get things sorted and tidied up somewhat. So that's Dolly-Geddon Returns. That's what Dolly-Geddon is all about. And I'm sure many of you can totally relate to Dolly-Geddon. You know, it's life just keeps lifing and somehow you kind of have to incorporate your hobby in with it. And there are times where, yes, you'll be super organised and everything will be perfect. And then there's other times where it's just chaos and a mess. And that's where I'm at this present moment in time. Well, I look forward to seeing you soon, Dolly friends. I hope you had fun today. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Take care, everyone, and remember, you are never too old for dolls and never too old for a hobby you love. Bye for now.